It's your boy Brandon Love Sports TV. Shout out to the mighty LDBC Lions Den basketball community. Back at you once again with more playoff coverage. And I got to call a spade and tell the truth. Jimmy Butler got exposed, man, period. Y'all come on here and say whatever you want to say. I don't care. Jimmy Butler, Django, Jamie Foxx, whatever you want to call him, got exposed, period. Period. Can't blame nobody else. I mean, you can blame Draymond and the other. Draymond has been relegated to a role player anyway at this point in his career. But the truth of the matter is, Jimmy Butler fought way out of Miami, so he could have. I guess he just didn't want to deal with Pat Riley or whatever was going on over there, and he, has the opportunity afforded to him by coming over. And I'll give him credit when he first got to Golden State. He took them from the 10th seed and got them in the playoffs. I will give him that. But he had the golden opportunity. Now, Stephen A. Smith, basically had, and I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith all the time, but I'd agree with his take that he did on First Take this morning, when he was basically addressing what happened to Jimmy Butler and the Golden State Warriors, basically saying that Jimmy Butler had an opportunity and all he had to do was win one game. And that's the truth. Jimmy Butler didn't have to win but one game. Curry was going to be back. All he had to do was keep the Golden State Warriors in the series. And he couldn't do it. Couldn't win one game. And it ended up being Curry's injury, ended up being the ultimate demise of the team. And a lot of that got to be put on Jimmy Butler. That's the bottom line. And those guys, they were leaning on Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy is no more. Now, Jimmy Butler is not the man he used to be. Man, BLS, man. Jimmy Butler, man. Oh, yeah. Well, the Warriors basically showed just how important Steph Curry is and why it's important to have him on the team. Really, it really exposed how valuable Curry. I don't care what y'all say. Curry's going to win his 5th championship. And I was excited about the opportunity of him passing that bum LeBron James. But luck would have it. When you start getting older, Curry's getting them old man injuries. He said he can't stand Jimmy and Draymond. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler he talks too much. Wherever he causes cancer in the locker room, disunity, problems with leading. He don't like authority, so he'll buck against the system, and it's okay sometimes. But when you're making hundreds of millions of dollars, when you're getting that kind of money thrown at you, and you on the path of trying to win a championship, sometimes, some things need to be put on the back burner until the season's over, so some things are settled. But for whatever reason, those guys, man, all that bickering and stuff, the issues they cause in the locker room, they do more damage than they do good. And Jimmy Butler, he has a paper trail. I don't care what anybody's saying. The truth of the matter is his reputation has preceded him. And he has a bad reputation of getting into it with coaches with coaches and general managers and wanting to ask to be traded and all this stuff. Jimmy Butler has had more dance partners than, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going. He's been in a lot of games, on a lot of teams. At some point, you look at yourself. You got to look inwardly. And Jimmy Butler is a problem. And he couldn't get it done on the basketball court. And I'm trying to tell y'all, I be telling people, man, playoff Jimmy, man, Jimmy Butler is 36 years old and sick. So I'm like, he's not the guy. For one, he's older. And, his time is kind of come and gone. And I think really some of this is just karma, too. All this stuff, he going to jump to a team he think going to win a championship, and he got exposed. The opportunity was in his hands, and he blew it, period. That's just the way you can say, we call it what you want to call it. Jimmy Butler blew his opportunity, exposed himself, and he's Django Unchained, and it's time for him to retire because he's not the man he once was. So Golden State Warriors get to go home and watch the playoffs from home, and, we move on to the next round, to the conference championships, which is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves versus either the Denver Nuggets or the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm hoping it's Oklahoma City because I'm about tired of Denver, and I don't like what they did to Mike Malone. So it's about time for, Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. and all the rest of them guys to go home and take several seats. But, at the end of the day, Russell Westbrook is like, he won't be denied. So, Russ is the reason why they stand this. Russ and Murray is who's keeping them alive. Jokic is doing his part, yes, but he's not carrying the team like he used to. It's a collective effort. Jokic don't deserve to get all the credit for them winning because it's not him. And Oklahoma City is still, all they got to do is win one. Denver got to win two. But if OKC loses tonight, it's going to put the pressure on them. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. I'm going to talk about that series a little bit more in my next video. All right, y'all. Brandon Love Sports TV. It's your boy. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. Please like, share, subscribe. Donate to the channel. Donate to the Super Chat. Or you can donate to my Cash App, which is $BRANDONSPANKENNU. All right, it's your boy. I'm out. Peace.